Hey gamers, Cannon Fodder here, and today we're going to be reviewing the recent release Ghost Recon Wildlands. If you just look at Metacritic for both the Metascore and the user score, you'll see the game was rated so-so. And then if you read the comments of any meme referencing Ghost Recon Wildlands, you'd be forgiven for thinking it's the most contentless game ever created. It's as if most gamers have forgotten about No Man's Sky. But who can blame them, right? Now, it's no secret that Ubisoft has had its issues with online multiplayer games in the past, with the division suffering from connectivity issues and some of which are still present to this day. So you'd think that given the rage Ubisoft received over that, they would have ensured that Ghost Recon was squared away if all such problems were eliminated. Unfortunately, my friends and I have had some massive issues connecting to each other's games due to UPnP and port forwarding issues, which I have never had to do for any other game in my libraries, but after some stuffing about, we're in and ready to chew some gum and kick some ass, and we're all out of gum. The game is described as an open world tactical shooter, and oh boy is it an open world. The map is said to be close to 200 square kilometres. That's about 3 GTA 5 maps. The map itself contains 26 bosses in 21 regions and amongst 11 awesome looking ecosystems. My favourite being Assault Flats, where you can max your draw distance and test that sniper scope out. The size of the map can at times make it a big task to get around, and it tries to penalise you for flying the choppers too much by dotting the landscape with SAM sites that are all primed ready to end your flight early. This I don't mind, as you're rarely unable to get a vehicle delivered to you, even if it occasionally crushes you to death when it arrives. You can also have the option to fast travel to unlock safe houses in any of the regions. This makes jumping between regions super easy if you're just going after convoys, supply drops. It makes it much more manageable. Now, a big complaint I've seen around is that the game is empty, or the people have finished it in 8 or 9 hours, and then there's nothing left to do in the game. I personally have not found this to be the case. I'm a little over 30 hours into a multiplayer playthrough, and we're barely 50% of the way through the story. This may be because everyone I play with online is a completionist in all things games. So every skill point, medal, weapon has to be picked up from the carcass of the region we just conquered before moving on. But when you pay over 70 Aussie dollars for a game, why would you not try to maximise your gameplay? Technically the game is sound, with the exception of the connectivity issues of course. I have had a constant 90 to 120 frames per second and only experienced frame drops due to overheating of my own PC during a storm in a tropical environment, so that's hardly Ubisoft's fault there. I play with my settings maxed out at 1080p on my Nvidia GTX 1070 with no chance of it reaching max levels of usage. Now, I will admit, after playing in the betas, I was a bit worried about the technical issues I experienced there might have carried over, but kudos to Ubisoft for listening to the feedback and reading their bug reports and getting shit done. The story itself is typical of Ubisoft, a bit soft, I'm sorry about that, but it does a good enough job of keeping you engaged and interested in why it is you're actually wrecking face all over Bolivia. The story missions at times can feel a bit same, but it gives you the opportunity to try different tactics to find new ways of completing missions without having to backtrack and replay the missions that you've just finished. Having said that, there's still plenty of variety in the missions, so that it does not become a tedious grind. So if I had to wrap up my experience in this game so far, I would say I am enjoying it a lot more than what Metacritic or the commenters on Reddit would want me to think was possible. The game, to me at least, has a great deal of variety in the story missions, and the environments are awesome to look at as you fly through them on the back of a minigun mounted on a rusty old ute. The gameplay feels familiar and easy to get your head around, and while the stealth and sniping are so satisfying, I pee a little every time I kill somebody that way. The performance stands out above most AAA titles lately, which makes a nice change from the crap we've been force-fed over the last couple of years. If this is a standard that Ubisoft are happy to reboot this IP with, I'm looking forward to future DLCs, as well as other titles that they create if they can keep up this kind of quality. Well, they're my thoughts and opinions on Ghost Recon Wildlands, so if you have played the game, did you like it? Did you hate it? What are the reasons why? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, be awesome.